It must be quite draining for every modern woman out there, because you have to be delusional, live in denial, be a hypocrite, pretend you don't need a man. I mean, anything to make you look like you don't really care. Anything at all to make your reasoning and standards seem alien. Boom, you meet the cutoff. So a woman is out there upset because the man she didn't like, the man she put in the friend zone at the gym, didn't find her worthy enough to introduce her to his daughter when she walked up to them. You are mad at him because he didn't roll out the red carpet and introduce you to his daughter like you're already stepmom material? Girl, this is a man you rejected romantically, but still expected full girlfriend privileges plus instant family access? That's peak delusion. The man has a choice to either introduce his daughter to you or not, and his actions is not enough for your outbursts. Except you're saying you actually did have a thing for him and only wanted to see if he could fight harder for you. Other than that, your outbursts is not justified. Now she feels the man didn't really love her, else he would be a gentleman and still carried her along in his personal life, then maybe she would have given him a chance. Delusion. So there's this friend of mine who asked a woman out after talking with her for weeks. She smiled and said, "No, I'm not really interested like that, sorry." 10 years ago, he might have tried again. I mean, the literal sending of flowers, planning something thoughtful or making bigger efforts, that used to be called romance. Instead he just nodded and said, "No worries," and he never asked again. Months later she told a mutual friend she was surprised he gave up so quickly on her. So a man you like chases you, and your only way of proving your worth to him is by making the chasing hard and unbearable for him, because in your mind you want modern women to pat you on the back that you're the prize. After all you've been told, you can't fumble a man. Yet when he's had enough and stopped chasing, you say men aren't men any longer. He didn't fight for me. You want him to be persistent so you could call him a creep or post him online. What's usually going on in the minds of these modern women? What level of delusion and denial are they all living in? It's so crazy and it's getting out of control. Modern women's delusion is self-harm. I wish they knew. It's like a pandemic and no one knows when it's going to slide. This delusion gives women a false sense of superiority, making them feel they could do however they want, whenever they want it, and still get away as victims. Their delusion seems so bad that men who didn't care about setting standards for themselves started to set standards, and now modern women are losing it. Modern women are triggered whenever a man has standards, preferences, deal breakers, because they believe they're above men, and in their eyes, no matter what, it's a privilege to be with them. They term these delusions standards. Talking about standards. Men aren't allowed to have standards in the modern world because to women, men's standards eliminate chivalry and promote toxic masculinity. Masculinity to modern women means to live in denial, do everything at all cost for a woman's happiness. So if a dude says he needed a virgin girl to marry, this doesn't seem like a kind of thing that will bring women happiness, so he's not a typical masculine man, rather he's a princess who has feelings. Modern women don't want men to have standards. They're afraid the world will be left in ruins the day men want what women want. They're afraid there'll come a time men will genuinely stop caring for women if they let men have that standards they're looking for. It's why they have very serious outbursts with men who are vocal about standards. A woman will say, "I can't date a broke guy. I can't date a short guy." Society applauds her for not wanting to settle for less. But if a guy should say, "I can't date a single mother," women will say, "Oh, but it's not her fault that the man that was supposed to be responsible and step up to be a father didn't step up." Okay, but how does that response not make her a single mother any longer? Why can't men's standards be accepted and respected? Modern dating is incredibly unfair to men. Women encourage other women to create a 20-point checklist of financial, emotional, and physical requirements a man must meet just to get a text back. But the absolute second a man asks for basic peace, loyalty, and accountability in return, he is instantly labeled controlling or insecure. If a man looks at a woman and says, "I expect you to cook all my meals, clean my house, and cater to my every need while I keep all my money to myself," society rightfully calls him a toxic manipulator and tells the woman to run. But if a woman looks at a man and says, "Hey, I expect you to pay my rent, fund my lifestyle, buy my bags, and take care of my needs while my money stays my money," society calls her a queen who refuses to settle. No one tells these women the truth. It's almost as if this is a joke, but it isn't at all. A woman will want a tall, rich, emotionally perfect, loyal man. A man who cooks, is emotionally available, pays for everything. But if a man wants a traditional woman, a woman who cooks and clean, takes care of his emotional need, is supportive. The man who wants such a woman is not a progressive man. He's controlling. His choices are dangerous and demeaning to women. Everyday men's choices and standards are always demonized by women. Ask a woman what she brings to the table, she'd say that just being a woman is enough and that she isn't supposed to bring anything, but a man is expected to provide financially, emotionally, plan dates, buy flowers, text first to show proof of love. The delusion is sickening and it's getting too loud. They want princess treatment, but they fail to understand that without a king existing first, there'll be nothing like a princess. They claim that the best man is just an average woman. This era of Yas Queen has continually pushed female delusion levels to new heights. I thought it was just a Western thing, but it seems to be a global phenomenon. They claimed if men were better, then women would be better too. But guess who finds a way to play victim at the slightest chance? The same women who claimed would be better. Guess who put out false accusations to destroy innocent men? Guess who blames their fork for making them fat? Why would a modern woman take accountability when they can just point their fingers elsewhere? But yes, a top-tier man is just an average woman. Delusion. Modern women want in abundance what they don't have to give out. They want excellence in relationships, but they themselves are substandard. To them, average is a crime. Stay-at-home mom equals average. Cooking for your husband equals average. Second-hand clothes equals average. Minimal makeup equals average. Bare necessities equals average. Submission equals average. Yet these are women wanting peak baby girl treatment from men, but a man wanting for them to be feminine in return, he has to first unlock their feminine side. The feminine side of women is something that is locked against men. And somehow the same men have to do some unlocking. How far can this delusion get? They complain about how marriage is slavery and how it doesn't benefit women, but will have something to say if a famous man is in a relationship with a young woman and they are making babies. These women turn around to tell the woman, "Don't let him put a baby in you if he hasn't married you. I thought marriage was slavery and wasn't beneficial to women." Or does marriage now suddenly looks beautiful and honorable once it involves a man with so much money? The delusion of modern women is collapsing the balance that was once basic in relationships. Women tell men to date and marry women their age. Same women in their prime dated only men who already figured life out. Men in their 30s, because they know men this age already have the resources they want. They chose the resources, the privileges, the comfort. Never occurred to them to date men in the same age and level as them. They didn't date men their age. Now this same women are whining about men going for women who aren't their age. They have problems with men who date younger women. Men can't have standards. How dare a man? He's a predator. Modern women's hate on men can't be described. In a relationship, if a woman is abusive, the man must have subjected her to emotional pains. That's why she's abusive. A woman threw chairs in the direction of her partner and child, and now she lost custody of her child. Guess what modern women said? One said, "People who are happy for her losing custody of her kids are actually disgusting. Mothers are way more important during early childhood development than fathers." Notice how she did not say anything about the abuse? Another modern woman responded, "This is so sad." She was just reacting to the years of literal abuse. Poor woman. Another said, The man is such a loser. He always seemed like a playboy and brought out the worst in her. This situation is so sad. These are the reactions of modern women to domestic violence against a man. Meanwhile, these are the same women that are against domestic violence. The hypocrisy stinks. Women only play to win. They aren't crippled by logic or a moral compass. And it's safe to say the delusion of these modern women makes it difficult for men to accept them and bond with. Who would drive sense into these women and tell them the truth about their hypocrisy, their delusion and double standards, how it genuinely play out real time? Aren't these the same women who claim the best man is an average woman? The delusion of modern women is getting out of hand. Women only play to win, not that they care about truth, nor logic, and their selfishness and bias is inspired by this. If you can have standards as a woman, standards you think will put you up there among the best 20% of men, why can't men have same standards? Or are you afraid they might not be women who happen to meet the standards of these men? Do you mean women really fell off that hard? Stop thinking men of this generation are losers for having standards. If men's standards makes you boil, then it's obvious you don't have even up to 2 of what men want. And now you're feeling behind. Give men the grace to express their standards. Who knows, it might just help both genders become more self-aware, make smarter decisions, build self-discipline, become more kind. Standards are no crime, but don't overrate yourself. A message to modern women who think they matter more than everyone else. If you enjoyed watching this video, please subscribe to this channel.